Yeah.
What do I feel?
Yeah. Well. Lieutenant. Yeah.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the NoLidPodcast. I'm here with my boy Chi, my boy Jalen, and shit.
We missing that boy Chris today.
Missing that boy Chris.
I don't know what happened to him, bro.
Got to get him on another episode. Seem like he making guest appearances at this point.
Hey, I mean,
like he not a part of this shit, but it's okay. Niggas be busy. We know how it is. We gonna support. We gonna keep the train going, man.
Facts. Well, shit, man. You know, let's get straight into it. I don't think we need to waste no more time. We are talking about Marvel today, one of the best franchises that have hit the movie theaters since I've known about movies, to be honest with you. So, man, we get into the discussions about the MCU today, and I think we just want to go ahead and start off with asking, like, what would y'all consider to be the top 3 Marvel movies that have come out thus far?
Shit, number one for me is either Endgame or Infinity War. Number one.
Right.
Just overall. Number two, personally, number 2 for me is probably, to be real, Spider-Man, Far From Home. Not Far From Home, No Way Home. And then 3, I have to say, I'm already knowing, and I'm just really thinking ahead. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is gonna be my favorite.
Yeah,
my third favorite.
Oh, you can't say that though. You gotta say the ones that's actually like out right now though.
Why?
Cause I mean, it's not. You can't. It can't be top 3 if you haven't seen it.
I know it's gonna be top 3 though.
You gotta get one though. One that's currently out though.
Man, fuck that shit. One that's currently out, I'ma say, give me Iron Man 2.
Oh shit! This nigga not just doing shit. Okay, I was not expecting that. That's crazy. All right. Well, shit. I guess Jalen, you're next. And I'll go actually next. And before I even get into my list, like, I just want to go ahead and credit, because I feel like we haven't even like said this. We are. Should I say Marvel? Like,
Pretty hardcore Marvel fans.
Very hardcore Marvel fans, for lack of a better word. Yeah. Like, I'm credible. I'm sorry. I'm credible in the streets. That's all I'm saying. You know, don't try my knowledge or anything like that, please. Like, this is, please.
Okay, all I'm saying is I'm the Marvel gatekeep. So, like, when it come to information that these niggas saying, I can back it up or not.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know more than this nigga.
Wait, what the fuck?
And I'm just going to pull that card right now. I've been reading this shit my whole entire life.
I'm not even about to get into that shit.
But this is my shit.
Back to the main topic. Yeah, top 3 Marvel movies. I will start my first off. I'll go number 1 first. Has to be Infinity War. The way that movie was just curated and made was just like amazing. And we can get into that later. My number 2 spot, and this is kind of biased, but my number 2 spot actually does go to Iron Man 2. That's why I was surprised that you said that shit. Iron Man 2 is my second favorite Marvel movie. And my third, I think I have to say, honestly, I might have to say Captain America Civil War, to be honest.
I feel that.
For my third place. But yeah, what about you, Jay?
Yeah,
what you thinking?
Mine is pretty much probably gonna, again, kind of combine both of y'all lists, from being honest. It's definitely, I'm kind of tied for first with Spider-Man No Way Home and Infinity War. I do feel like Infinity War overall is probably the better movie, but I'm always loved Spider-Man, and that No Way Home was just like kind of something that my 3-year-old self would probably freak out about, because I'm freaking out about it now. So it's like watching that shit from since it started to now was just like everything. So it was definitely, those 2 were tied for first, and then the third one would probably be Civil War. I feel like those are 3 movies that you could put on at any time, at any point, and I could sit down and watch all of them.
Exactly.
So yeah, like Infinity War, I feel like was just done. Like you said earlier, it was done right. Like,
yeah,
Thanos as a villain, I don't know if they'll be able to ever top that nigga with anybody coming soon.
Exactly.
Because again, like he was hinted at throughout the series, and the nigga finally came in there, he said what he was gonna do, and did exactly that.
Did it? Villains don't move like that for real.
Right.
I mean, that's just the truth. I mean, villains do not really just come in, announce what they about to do, and actually execute. Like that man really manifested his dreams and desires.
It's the fact that Thanos had a much greater purpose than what a lot of people realize, and that's even though he had a bad way, and that's the thing about most of the like most recent Marvel villains. They all had like a good like intention of getting something done, but a horrible way of executing it. So it's like, for instance, Killmonger. He had the great like good intentions to help black people all around the world, like just to help spread vibranium and just bring shit up. But it was the wrong way, and he was going about it the wrong way as well.
Right.
Thanos, he wanted to wipe out half of the universe's population, and we later found out that I feel like he knew, but he was basically saving the Earth from an even larger threat, the universe from an even larger threat. The Celestials being born from planets when they reach a certain level of life, like population, is like that he was really trying to save. He was really trying to save everybody. And then learning that his father is in eternal and he is half deviant, and the deviant's whole mission is to keep the Celestials from being born, it makes sense. And it was like, it seems like the MCU, they knew what they wanted to do. They always had it set up. And that's the thing, it's like reading the comics, correlating it to the movies, you'll see where a lot of stuff is going sometimes. But even in the MCU, they always put their own spin on it.
And I think that's the reason why Marvel will always be better than DC, because they're planning out these movies like 3 years ahead of each other. Like, this is when we're seeing this movie, but these niggas have been like plotting on this shit
for a minute.
years.
Like,
now.
this is thought out well.
Like, each movie is taking time to put together.
Right.
It's not like, again, now DC kind of just like their Justice League thing, which is why that shit ended up being such a fucking disaster. Them niggas just threw shit together.
Yeah.
Like, they just threw it together. Okay, we put out a Batman movie, put out a Superman movie. All right, let's put out a Justice League movie. Like, they're trying to showing that again. They don't really care. Warner Brothers, I would say, doesn't really care as much about the characters as much as they care about trying to keep up with Marvel and trying to remain in competition with them.
Yeah,
but
and
it's just it's not
as
done
we can
right.
see, Marvel's slowest year was probably like last year. To be honest, the way I think they had only really dropped like three main things, which were the shows: the WandaVision, Captain America, and the Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier, my bad, and then Loki. And the way that they dropped all of them, like, it was actually a great setup for what's more to come. Like, it wasn't just like pointless shows or things to just watch in the meantime. It was really like setting up them for the next phase, because as we all know, phase, was it four? Just started?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I wouldn't even say last year was a down year for them. Spider-Man came out last year.
That was towards the end of last year.
You said what coming?
Still, that was last year.
Yeah,
so what
came out? But that doesn't really. That was coming into this year.
And even didn't Shang-Chi come out? When did Shang-Chi come out?
Shang-Chi
They came out 2020 or 2021?
That came out 2021, but that was still again towards the end of I see what he's saying.
That's what I'm like. It's probably their slowest
year. Was controlled pretty much throughout the shows. All the movies pretty much came out Shang-Chi came out in September, Eternals came out in November, and then Spider-Man came out. So it was like,
and even then, I mean, with that point, even then, it's like I still feel like just the shows in general, they carry with that. Loki is really setting everybody up for what this new phase is finna be.
Yeah.
And WandaVision too. Like, all of this is really creating a how do I say it? Just a multiverse to where they can make anything happen.
Like a great web.
Anything can happen. And Spider-Man showed us that.
Yeah, they showed that they can do.
They can bring anybody from anywhere and put anybody anywhere. And they just have supreme control of their creativity.
Yeah, to a degree. But to tie back into the favorite movies and shit, going back to Infinity War, man, I just kind of just want to really touch on why that seems to be such a central favorite for like all of us. I would say, I think we all said Infinity War in first place, right? Yeah, like that movie is different. To be honest, even besides like Thanos winning, just the conglomeration of things and like storylines that were going on in that movie at the same time. It was just like, it was great. It was great, to be honest. One question I do want to ask, actually, now I'm thinking about it, is because we always talk about like how they lost, and as y'all can remember, there was that one fight on Titan where it was like it was the same fight with Doctor Strange and Iron Man both had their chance to fight Thanos. When you think about it, like they were actually about to win, like on that planet. Was it unreasonable to say that they could have done that?
They were close, bro. But
and that's the thing.
Like, was that inevitable for Peter Quill to just mess up like that?
I feel like it was.
Star-Lord, by the way.
Regardless of if they would have got the Infinity Gauntlet, they don't know. Doctor Strange is only Doctor Strange and a couple other people know something about the stones. They don't know everything about the stones.
Right.
So like the Reality Stone, Thor knows about that, but Thor is not on. He's not there at that point. The Power Stone, Star-Lord, he does know about that. The Time Stone, Doctor Strange knows about that. Iron Man, he only knows a little bit about the Mind Stone, and the other stones, like the Soul Stone. That's it. That's enough.
Yeah.
Because they don't know anything about the Soul Stone.
I feel that. But yeah, man, like the shit was just crazy in general. They had that moment. Before that, obviously we saw Spider-Man pop out in New York City, join the fight with whatchamacallit, Doctor Strange and Iron Man and all them. We got to see this man box and go up to space, get a new suit. We got to see Thor get a new hammer. I mean, the movie was just heat, to be honest. Any way you look at it, like there was just too many like good moments in the movie, I feel like, and that's why we tend to put it at the place that it is.
The movie was a roller coaster with watching Ragnarok, seeing how Ragnarok ended, leading into
Infinity
War.
Infinity War
Loki dies. Heimdall dies.
Infinity War starts off with straight heat. They come and kill the rest of the Asgardians.
And Thor
just spent his last movie saving. He just saved all of them, bro.
This nigga,
start the movie off. This man kills all of them.
This nigga Hulk got pieced the fuck up,
bro. What?
Called this nigga Thanos Mayweather, bro. This nigga came out, was beating him wherever. He was like, "Oh, should we help?" Niggas like, "Nah, let him have his fun."
Oh God. He didn't even use the stones.
We ain't never seen nothing like that before. This man just pieced Hulk with minimal effort, bro.
This man slammed him on the ground.
He wasn't even trying that hard, bro. He wasn't even out of breath or nothing. Heimdall had to save him.
He had to teleport that man out of there.
He beat the shit out. He beat that nigga so bad he didn't show his face for the rest of the movie, bro. That nigga didn't show his face for the rest of the movie,
crazy,
yo.
Bro.
And then came back as a Buster Professor as Hulk, bro.
Chill, bro. We're not even gonna get into that. We're not even into that because he's not living up to his potential right now. But
he's smart, but he's a buster, bro.
But yeah, man, the movie was just great all in all. What do y'all think was probably your favorite moment from the movie, if anything?
From that movie, it's a number of them. For that movie,
niggas, man, I swear.
For that movie, it's a number of them, bro. I think probably my favorite one, and again, it's just back to my biases, bro. Is just seeing this nigga Spider-Man show up, bro. These niggas are fighting or whatever. Then just cuts over to the bus. You see this nigga spider senses go off. Yeah. He just looks over. He's like, all right, I got dip, and just immediately just jump straight into the fight. No questions, no nothing. That nigga really earned his stamps. That movie, crazy, bro. Like, and probably Tony's suit up. So Tony's suit up, I forget how
Tony's
nice
suit
that,
up scene. That man always has iconic suit up scenes, man. Like just OD.
That what's it called? What's the tech shit called, bro?
Nanotech.
Yeah, that shit was hard. Shit was hard.
My all time like my favorite like portion of the movie is the Battle of Wakanda, because all of the scenes in the Battle of Wakanda, like it was small scenes for me. Like when the Chitauri first got there and they broke through the shields, Captain America and Black Panther are running.
Right.
Black Panther is just gone, dipping. But you just see this man, Captain America, hawk this man, and they both just jump up, just start throwing hands. Everybody start going crazy. Then you see all of the children of Thanos. They pull up. Now it's like a large fight. Thanos come out of well, he came last minute, but even then it was like these niggas are fighting for their life. Like a lot of them are getting knocked off right now,
easily.
Like easily.
This man Rhodey got crushed in his suit. I don't even want to talk about that, but like they folded that man.
When that man Thanos pulled up, that was it, bro.
Right.
No, because Thor was the only hope, and he did not aim for the head, man.
And, y'all heard the theory. Here's a theory I saw. It was like when before Thanos reversed time, and like remember Steve Rogers like caught his hand, and Thanos punched him. I heard the theory. It was like, Captain America died there. Like, I heard a theory that he died there, bro. Man, and it actually makes sense when you think about it, bro. He bared like no protection, just straight punched this nigga in his head. And you look at his body, that nigga's not moving, bro. That nigga was not moving.
Hey, I mean, obviously he didn't die though.
Yeah. I mean, that nigga's a super soldier.
That was before he reversed time though. Yeah. Then he reversed time. And Cap was back. That's what I'm saying. Like they were like, bro, that nigga he killed Cap.
Probably
he
did. That. Put that nigga out.
Nah, man, that was the coldest moment of the movie. Let's just admit it. Vision getting dropped like that was so cold. They did not have to do that, man, like that
whatsoever.
So brutal, bro. This man, Vision, they had their whole moment. Wanda and Vision had their whole moment. There was all that crying, acceptance, all that. All right, we gotta destroy the stone.
Just for that nigga to get stabbed in the back through the chest. Aren't you supposed to be a translucent nigga? Aren't you supposed to be able to just phase through stuff?
They plotted on him. They plotted.
That's the thing, and they were ready for it. And but even then, it's like. It took that man that long. They had to actually take this man all the way to Wakanda to get him fixed, and then try to get the stone out of his head, knowing that he was more than likely possibly gonna die anyway. Just for these niggas to pull up, sneak in, and start a fight with this injured nigga.
Yeah, bro. That man snatched the essence out that man. Vision was done after that. That shit was cold.
And then watching Wanda actually break the stone, and then he just reverse time, get it back. It's crazy, bro.
I'll say probably my favorite moment in that movie was in Wakanda. It had to be. It's biased. It's when Thor showed up. It was too cold. It was just way too cold.
Battle of Wakanda.
Yeah. Everybody was just losing. It was getting bad.
The X just going through.
Exactly. This man just comes straight up.
And man, his scene was hard too, bro. Jump up in the air.
Yes, this man would look like a god for real. That was the moment I acknowledged, like, yeah, this guy's a god. I'm not gonna lie.
I think you have a point, Q. There's a lot of small moments in that movie that are just that just really make it stand out. I think this is when they were all meeting each other or whatever. It was like, oh, we need to go somewhere to where there's protection, and they got gear that can help Vision or whatever. And they play the Wakanda drums in the background a little bit, but then you just see the Black Panther statue. I was like, oh yeah, this is hard. That shit got me excited when I first saw it, bro.
What? That was
This movie's fire. But what? So looking forward, what are some of the projects y'all think are you looking forward to the most?
I talk about this.
That's about to come out, shows or movies.
Just both.
Talk
about this all the time.
I would say for me, if I had to pick a show, I would say Secret Invasion, and if I had to pick a movie. I'm not gonna lie to you. This upcoming Multiverse of Madness movie is actually what I'm most hyped for. I'm not gonna lie, because I've been waiting for this Doctor Strange movie. To be real with you, I don't think I can say anything is exciting me over that currently. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that movie is very exciting. That's the thing, though. For me, I would say Secret Invasion is the show that I'm really looking forward to the most. But Into the Quantumverse. The Ant-Man coming out, because that's the introduction to Kang the Conqueror. This shit is finna change. I say that shit all the time.
I forgot about,
and that's exciting. It's very exciting because it's really finna turn up. Everything in the MCU is finna change as we know it, just throughout all of these movies, especially with Multiverse of Madness coming out next week. That's next week. That come out next week.
That shit crazy.
And now I'm scared to watch that movie because I don't know what the hell I'm gonna see.
I'm scared too, bro. What they've already shown is just OD, and I feel like the most OD part of the movie to me is just why do they have Wanda and Doctor Strange in the same movie, as both main protagonists? That's scary.
I'm just thinking about the potential niggas that they talking about bringing. If they talking about bringing the Illuminati, nigga, that's exciting. That's actually pretty scary though.
Yeah.
Just and it's the same way they did Spider-Man. These niggas telling us, oh, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, they not in this movie. They kept trying their hardest. And we get to the movie theater, these niggas show up out of nowhere. That was I was not expecting that. I mean, I had a feeling they were gonna be in the movie, but it was a surprise. Yeah. And it's like you don't know who they gonna cast. You don't know who's gonna be who. Yeah. They talking about Tom Cruise for Iron Man, Superior Iron Man. That's a big deal.
Hey man,
Marvel definitely, man. Phase 4 set up to be great. I would probably agree that I'm looking out for Secret Invasion 2. Is that the Skrull one? That's the one.
That's Skrull versus.
Okay. So I'm getting those two. So Secret Wars is the one that Miles Morales is like introduced in, or
Secret Invasion. Yeah.
Okay. So
it's Secret Wars, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I was making sure that wasn't it. Okay. So probably Secret Invasions 2, just from looking at the comic storyline of it and knowing how like deep that shit goes, definitely makes that one stand out. And then I would probably say the two movies that I'm really excited for is Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and whenever they announce the release date for the Fantastic Four. That's probably gonna be the most important thing.
No, that's gonna be different.
They'll be introducing Reed Richards.
Did they announce that?
No, they announced
that
date.
Yeah, it's coming. They haven't announced a date.
But that's the most important. Cause that's probably the next big thing that happens. Because again, Reed Richards is coming. Yeah. And like that nigga is,
and that's the thing,
major player. Like him and in the Guardians, Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
So both those are two major niggas that are like being introduced.
It's about to go crazy, movies. Man. I don't know. I've been trying to guesstimate though. I still can't figure out who. I feel like we'll have to see more first. I don't know who they're actually gonna have as like. Do y'all honestly think they're gonna use King the Conqueror as the next main villain, and that's just gonna be him? Everybody versus him.
He has potential to be.
I don't think he's gonna be the next. I don't think he's gonna be the next main.
I don't know why, but something's telling me it's not gonna be like him though. Like
it's him
as the next main.
No, he's
villain?
gonna be
Maybe,
one of
I don't know.
He's gonna be one of the in-game villains, but
yeah,
I don't think. No, he's definitely
that.
not gonna be the only because we're already seeing certain people appear. The fact that the Dark Doctor Strange exists, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The fact that in this new Thor movie, Gore the God Butcher, this man kills gods. Who does that?
Crazy.
Like, who does that? That's a in-game villain. Or I mean, I wouldn't say in-game because he's gonna be beat,
but he is pretty.
It's
strong
like that's an OD villain.
Yeah.
But King the Conqueror, they're setting up, and that's why I feel like he's gonna be the in game because they set this up in Loki. They set this up in the beginning.
Yeah.
If you didn't realize, and that's the thing, if you didn't realize throughout, really when they started going towards the space storyline in the MCU, it was, what movie did they really show?
What?
The first time Avengers is when we started to get peaks of who the hell this was gonna be.
Yeah.
And then we found out a nigga named Thanos. We actually seen Thanos for the first time in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, the first one. Mm-hmm. And then from there, this nigga was everything to be talked about. He was the person that niggas knew. Like, at some point, we're going to have to cross him because he's already came across us once. Mm-hmm. And King the Conqueror, he's already taken back control.
Potential, man. And I'm actually just like, I don't know. The way Loki ended personally scared me. Like, it just let me know that, like, you know, anything can happen at this point, to be honest. If you haven't seen Loki, man, stop sleeping. Yeah, stop sleeping. I don't know. Some people be sleeping on Loki when I talk to them about it, but, like, after watching that, I don't see, you have to watch that now.
Yeah. It's very important. I think they chose the best person to play him, bro. Yes. I was excited when I saw my nigga Jonathan Majors just came. I was like, they got great my casting. Nigga in this shit, bro. Like,
no, because he's finna do the fuck out of this role. He said he was excited for it too. Yeah. So that makes me even more excited for it.
You could tell just how he was on screen. This nigga was in one episode and like pretty much outshined everybody. In just that one episode. But the way his character was talking does kind of show like coming up he's probably gonna be like something really tough.
He said, "You kill me, it's gonna be multiple copies of me."
He warned them,
and you don't want to see that side of me.
And we seen from Thanos, people look, these villains not making empty threats no more. I'm like, these niggas are serious.
This is getting shit done, bro.
They are dead serious, bro.
And it's just Multiverse of Madness is really finna like kick off. Because even though Spider-Man really kicked off the multiverse for us, the Multiverse of Madness is finna kick it off on a different scale. Especially because we're getting certain characters. America Chavez, great. Like, that's a great character. A lot of people don't know of. You're getting the Scarlet Witch, we've had Wanda, but now you're actually starting to see the Scarlet Witch. Yeah. And it's like that's a whole nother a reality
in
warping
itself. That's
person.
crazy. Yeah.
So it's like,
and look, we're not even forgetting to it, but Marvel already teased way too many people in the trailer anyway. So
Charles Xavier,
don't watch trailers.
Let's
stop watching Marvel trailers.
Let's stop there. Let's just stop there.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm gonna say.
They already did too much. They did too much. You can see for yourself. But yeah, man. Multiverse of Madness is gonna be crazy.
What did Q was watching it? And you said you got to start watching Moon Knight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Moon Knight is a pretty big one.
That's another big one, too.
Show to get on because I think that's how they're going to introduce, like, Blade and stuff. Because Moon Knight deals with, like, a lot of, this is, like, giving you just context without, like, saying it. But he deals with, like, more, like, a lot of, like, the mystical kind of side of the Marvel Universe. Like, mummies and, like, shit like that.
It's a lot more mysterious on that side.
Dealing with that type of stuff. And, that's kind of what Blade deals with, too. So they're going to bring him in. I don't know if you remember the nigga at the end of Eternals. That like he had that box that he was finna open.
Talking about Black Knight,
Black Knight. That he's also kind of involved, like deals with that type of stuff too. So that's how they're gonna introduce like.
And then Moon Knight is also introducing in a way the Marvel Universe pantheon, I guess you could say,
the gods,
because you're starting to see how certain people stack up, who's who, how powerful they can be.
Anything's possible, man. Anything's possible. If y'all could say like one person, if y'all could say one person in general, who would y'all most want to see get introduced?
Galactus all day.
I don't think they're gonna bring him.
Fantastic Four.
Wait,
he's a main Fantastic Four villain.
Well, explain though. Why do you want to see Galactus so bad?
Because Galactus will change.
Galactus is OD though.
That's the thing. Galactus is OD for a reason. He's on a level because we've already seen the Celestials. We know Arishem, right? Arishem. He's already a threat. Arishem is a threat. Right. That's one thing that we know. But when Galactus is there, it keeps the Celestials from even being born because Galactus eats planets. So it's like that's OD though. Yeah, that's OD. What I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. It's like we seen them do it before, even though it wasn't the Galactus. It was like a cloud of smoke behind the Silver Surfer. Yeah. And with Galactus comes the Silver Surfer again. And that's another thing too. It's like
they'll have that's true. If they bring in the Fantastic Four, they're going to have to introduce Galactic at some point.
At some point.
He's like one of their main villains.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll have to see for the movie, man. Hopefully that is the case. That's gonna be crazy though. I don't know what they're gonna do with that for real.
It's a lot of villains they talking about bringing though. It's
making a Kraven the Hunter movie.
Kraven Hunter, yeah.
I'm not sure how to feel because people have been talking so much shit about Morbius, bro. So I'm really kind of nervous how Kraven the Hunter is gonna turn out.
I'm not even like I don't see the thing is I don't like to count it though because it's not really like MCU for real. But
I mean it is. Spider-Man was in the trailer.
I mean
they say
but it's
that wasn't supposed to. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't really like.
Even then, though, Morbius wasn't. I done heard a lot of stuff about it, and I didn't really think it was gonna be the most interesting movie anyway because Morbius doesn't really have much. Like I'm tired of seeing vampire flicks. Honestly,
Sony can't. What they don't understand is that maybe besides Venom, and then I'm gonna get back to your question about who we're looking forward to. But Sony has to realize that you can't introduce certain niggas that are like extensions of Spider-Man. Like there's only so much of the Morbius storyline by himself. Like that's Spider-Man has to be involved with that nigga. Kraven you might be able to possibly get away with because a little bit more work to work with. But Venom is probably the only nigga that you can maybe make separate stories about. Right. Anybody else that's like from Spider-Man's catalog of villains, he has to be involved in the movie somehow or else it's just not going to make sense. You're not going to really be able to make a movie out of it.
Unless you're an OG. Like the Green Goblin, they could possibly do something with that if they
because
really wanted to.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
To him,
it's a lot more to it.
Some of Spider-Man's villains are just strictly stuck to him. Like he really can't do shit. But I would definitely say people I'm looking forward to. Again, it's probably Reed Richards mainly. Just because again like that. Seeing the weight that he really holds, being known as like the smartest character in the Marvel universe and looking at just some of his feats in the comics, the shit that he is going to be possibly able to do in the MCU is going to be crazy. And also, side note, looking out for my boy Miles Morales. I know he's coming some point
type shit.
Some point in time, they finna
Always
bring
gotta
that nigga
mention
in.
the boy.
Just can't wait for that.
I'm looking for it. I'm really looking for it. Kang the Conqueror, obviously. Adam Warlock and Franklin Richards. Franklin Richards, really.
You think they're gonna bring him in?
He won't be.
Yeah, that's
he
what I'm
won't be
saying,
the
like-
Franklin Richards that the
yeah,
comics know.
I don't
but,
think a lot of people know what you talking about. Would you care to break down? who
Okay, I can break
Franklin
it down.
Richards is?
Franklin Richards is the son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, and he has the powers. Well, he is nigh
He's OD.
omnipotent.
He's OD.
He's basically half God. He can still die, but he can only die from certain things. At the age of like 7 or 8, he was able to open pocket dimensions in his hand. He had a toy gun, shot it at somebody. It shot out a real bullet. And as a kid, it's like he's OD. And then when he gets older, he conquers. Like Galactus is his herald. He
Okay,
walks
see,
around and
you
Galactus
see-
is
you
his
see what
herald.
I mean? Like-
He controls Galactus, and that's OD already. But I don't even think they're gonna
Yeah,
take.
I don't think
they're gonna
they
take
bring
that
him
route
in.
because that's a little OD.
Yeah.
But even then, he's still there,
Right.
and I'ma know it. That's my second favorite. So
I guess I actually don't have like the biggest. Most people I actually want have already been introduced, but I guess I would say if anybody, Adam Warlock is who I'm most excited for. I'm just excited to see like his presence in the MCU. I only wish he was actually like introduced while Thanos was around,
Yeah.
low key. So
Yeah.
like we could have seen more of their interaction and type of shit that they get into. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm sure they'll still be able to produce something pretty cool and interesting with that man. So yeah, I guess I would say him if anybody.
yeah,
Phase 4 is gonna be. It's gonna be pretty dope, man. I'm looking forward
I
to.
thought this is phase 5.
Nah.
They're on 4.
I think
This
we're on
is 4?
phase 4
This is
now.
4.
I
What does he
think
turn
that's
into
what's
phase
happening.
5?
It's gonna be a minute.
Yeah,
Because Phase 4
it's-
just started for real.
Shit, okay.
So, but if that's all, does y'all got anything else to add to it, or it's like
Nah, man. I mean, shit. I guess we'll call that a wrap.
so?
We appreciate y'all tuning in and listening to the pod with us once again. Do not forget to like, comment, tell us what you think about the pod, man, and share as much as you can. We do appreciate all the support that you guys show us, and taking the time out to listen for your day, man. So thanks for joining us, man. We hope you guys will have us again, and we'll catch y'all in the next episode, man. Peace.